Today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We've been going hard at that game, but we've seen a lot of cold takes out there about skill-based matchmaking, cheaters, all these different things. Stay tuned and we'll drop some knowledge on what's really going on behind the scenes.
When you look at who SBMM benefits, and I feel like there's this misconception that SBMM doesn't harm anyone. Like, oh, well, if you're upset about SBMM, it's just because you're a tryhard who only uses the M4 every single game. You have your sound at max volume and you're going to go deaf at 30 years old, and you jump shot around every corner and you have a scuff. You know, you're just sweating. And that's the automatic assumption from anyone pro SBMM. You're just a super tryhard that wants to stomp on bad players. Like, what do I gain from stomping on bad players? Like, I don't get YouTube revenue from uploading a 100 kill gameplay.
Or they'll be like, oh, well, it's a skill issue then. If you're in these brackets and you're getting ran, then it's a skill issue. And it's like, okay, so which one is it? You're saying I'm bad and I'm getting ran. So doesn't that mean something's wrong with how it's matchmaking me? You're acknowledging that there's still something wrong with the system then? Because why would I be getting matched with these people who are amazing and I'm getting ran every game? I'm pissed off 90% of my games, but that's working. It's working because what? Because it just looks a little different in my lobbies or whatever. And just because I'll have a few good games here and there, you're still saying, oh, the system's working as intended and it's just a skill issue. Okay, so but it's not a skill issue for all the casual players who get ran constantly. That's fine. It's weird how it's shifted to this thing where it's like, I don't sit and put on my sweatband, sit there with my scuff controller and play video games. I'm just playing the fucking game. You and I, we tend to do well. Sometimes we'll go off here and there, you know? All right, we're not sitting here trying to make it into the CDL. We're not sitting here trying to DM Optic. We're literally just playing the fucking game. We're not even streaming half the time. We're not even recording, like nothing. Because we just do well passively. When our version of playing casually, we just do well, we're punished.
Now it's because it's autopilot. It's like muscle memory. You play COD for 10 years and you just... Right. You get good at playing. Like, you run around, you shut your brain off, you turn your music on, you run around, you're still gonna gun people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying. Like, I would have to intentionally play bad to go as negative as some of my friends go when they get in my lobbies. Like, I would have to be throwing grenades at my own feet and, like, intentionally playing terrible.
Right, and that's not fun either. I don't want to throw.
No, like...
I'm not gonna throw.
Yeah.
I don't want to smurf. I don't want to, like, tank my stats. That shit doesn't work anyway in this algorithm, but you're punished for your version of playing casually just because it looks better, quote unquote, via stats than it does when other players who are less skilled play casually. But I'm not allowed to have fun now. They get to have fun, they get to have their time, but we don't get to have any fun.
I can't do that. I need to use meta weapons. I need to be able to hear the footsteps in the game sound, right? I can never unplug and just enjoy Call of Duty as the casual experience it is, because I'm a good player who does well most of the time. And so that has been stripped away from me. And not only that, it's been stripped away from my friends. I have several friends I play COD with that very casual, very casual players. And I get in a lobby with them and we search, and they get put in there's some weird algorithm with how the SBMM works where, like, it tries to find people between where I'm at and where they're at, but the end result is that they still end up getting beat down the entire time, just repeatedly battered, like going way negative, losing, doing terrible, not having fun. I'm not doing that great either because that's what's happening to my teammates, right? And it's just like, it strips away the community aspect of being able to play with your friends that aren't in a comparable skill level to you. Why should someone have to be comparable in skill to play with you? When I party up with someone that's not that good, because of the SBMM system delivering a consistent matchmaking experience, guess what does actually happen? Now, my friend I'm playing with, who's a casual, is actually getting beat down by good players every single game.
Yeah.
Which is the exact argument you'll see from people on Reddit and Twitter is, well, if they remove it, bad players will just get beat down. Well, that's what's happening with it in the game when I party up with my casual friends.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the other side of that coin. We have a friend who he wanted to play with us. He got on the game, bought the game, got on, played a few matches with us, and was like, the only time I will get on this game is to play with you guys, and when I play with you guys, it is the sweatiest, least fun experience ever. And even he was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing this. This is insane. I don't have time for this. And he's trying to get a refund for the game. Like, he doesn't want to play it, he doesn't want to touch it. That's the other side of the coin. People literally disengaged from the game and want to refund the game, and it's unplayable to them because they can't play with their friends, because now more than ever video games are a very social activity, and we can't do that on Call of Duty. Call of Duty is not the game to do that with everybody, because it's not accessible anymore. And then we even try to go play competitive because we say, well, you know what? If fucking pubs feel like comp anyway, we might as well just go play comp and at least maybe get a little clout. You know, maybe get $100 prize pool while we're at it. At least everyone's playing like 50 grand's on the line. We might as well actually throw some money in. And so we go to try to play, and then you have to, all the players in comp, the new rule for this game this year is you have to stream your perspective with live comms so that they know you're not cheating on PC. So you're talking about aim assist, you're talking about SBMM, you're talking about the game being half finished and paying $75 for it, but we can't even begin to have a conversation about how competitive is so unsure of the stability of the game's anti-cheat that it isn't even sure it can detect people cheating or not. That's how unsure of these systems that are supposed to protect us from cheaters and protect us from not having fun, right? These systems that are in place. So you're gonna protect lower skilled players. You have this strict SBMM bullshit, whatever, but you can't even guarantee me this guy's not aimbotting. You can't guarantee me this guy doesn't have walls. So what are we doing? Like, it's like, how can we even begin to have a conversation about anything else? We're not even at square one. The Ricochet system, I've seen fuck all about it being effective, since its implementation. It doesn't seem effective. Now, it's a step above nothing, which was the previous solution.
Yeah.
It's insane. So you can't even enjoy comp either, because now you have to be fucking Dr. Disrespect and Tim the Tatman while you try to play comp. I don't have a 3070 in my laptop to fucking stream at 60 frames and not drop frames in a gunfight on these shitty, poorly optimized maps in this beta test game that we're all playing, this fucking beta build of Modern Warfare 2 that came out a year too early in its development.
Regardless of whether you're playing for money or you're just playing a ladder match for ranking on a website, you must at all times prove you are not cheating. What does that say about the competitive integrity of your game and what the status of your competitive scene and your game looks like? Like it seems like they're doing more to combat good players from being in casual players and bad players' lobbies than they're doing to combat cheaters from being in anyone's lobbies.
You can see what their priorities are. Their priorities are, it's not about, like, that's where people are getting it wrong online, right? When they're having these arguments about SBMM and shit. Because it's not about providing the most competitive, challenging, interesting, engaging lobbies. That's not what it's about at all. Because if that's what it was about, they would crack down on the cheating and you wouldn't have to point your webcam at your monitor when you play comp, because the system would just work. You go cheat in Counter-Strike Go, you get fucking VAC banned for life. Your Steam account is bricked. That's what it detects you in 2 minutes, tops. You're done. It's over for life. That's how good their systems are for detecting cheats. But that isn't the priority here, because they aren't actually trying. They say, and a lot of people online think, it's about protecting that competitive integrity, but it's really just about maximizing retention. SBMM is not to make lobbies competitive and fun and interesting. It's to make sure people keep playing the game and stay on the game. And I think they know people at our level have a higher ceiling of tolerance for challenge, and we won't get off the fucking game as quickly as people who aren't as skilled, and they will literally just never get on again, like our friend who's trying to refund the fucking game. That's all they care about. They just care, keep playing, buy the skins, keep looking at the store, buy the battle pass, stay on the game, stream the game, play the game, talk about the game, trend the game on Twitter. That's all they give a shit about. It is literally about nothing else. As it's a business, whatever, but just don't go in these replies and make these dumbass arguments about, well, it's to make the most challenging experience for you guys who are at a higher level. Dude, you drank the Kool-Aid, it's over. You don't get it, like, just stop. Like,
yeah, no, that's insane to me. They want every lobby to be competitive thing is absolutely nuts to me. That's the complete opposite of what they're trying to do. We want the most fair, competitive experience possible, which is why we're going to wait 8 weeks to balance the AK-70 for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We want all 12 players in the lobby to have 3 decoy grenades that regenerate every 20 seconds. And like the AK-74U is just gonna, and the SPR are just gonna be head and shoulders above every other weapon in the game. And there's no way you think that the intention of SBMM is to make lobbies competitive. The intention is to protect casual and bad players from getting rolled too hard and not coming back to play the game. Second of all, the people at that level, the people that are in the lower skill divisions, don't really care that much if they get rolled or not anyway. Like, at least in my experience. The people I know that are super casual, that play like a couple hours a week, they don't care. They'll get on and they'll go 12 and 50, and I'll hear them in game chat, I got 12 kills that game. Like, they're mind blown at how fun that was for them, right? Like, so how disconnected do you have to be to think that SBMM is the answer? And it's hard to say it's not when the sales keep going up, right? But with the exception of like Jetpack CODs and Vanguard, like, when do the sales not go up? Yeah. I feel like every year COD breaks a record. So it's like, yeah. Also, like, bad players are capable of getting better. If you're gonna pull the skill issue card, let's hold that same standard for everyone. Where do you draw a line that differentiates those two groups? Like, majority of the COD player base is lesser skilled players. Like, I can't remember the graphic, I'd have to find it online. But yeah, basically, like, I think it was a Warzone stats thing that basically said 0.8 KD and up is the top 50% of players. So 50% of COD players have below a 0.8 KD. 50%. By the time you get up to like 1.1, you're at like 80% of the community. Like 80% of the community has a 1 KD or below. So
50% of the community, the majority of their games, they're getting ran. Like, they're dropping negative. They're dying more than they're killing. Like, that's not generally what we would consider a good game. That's not even that fun usually.
They don't care. Like, They don't care though. Don't care. They got on just to run around in a super cool, smooth, realistic feeling game with awesome visuals, great sound effects, and a sense of community with their buddies from work or school or whatever, to get on and shoot an M4 at people for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Like, and then see the points pop up on the screen. And like,
that's what it's all about.
You know what I mean, dude? Like, why are we thinking so much about this? Like, we're the ones that make this the way it is. I have nothing else to say about it. Be sure to join the Game Gains Discord channel for game nights, community events, to hang out with us, get updates on new videos, and follow the Game Gains podcast on Spotify. Both links in the description.